Hey guys, how's it going? It's Ritchie Plunkett here from the PapadumGeek, and the day has finally come. We've got cloud-based gaming here in Australia. Now, I know there's other services out there, but GeForce Now, don't even think about it. Now, it's finally here, thanks and powered by Pentanet. Now, I want to thank the guys over at Pentanet and Patch over at Reboot as well for setting us up with a beta access before the official launch date. Now, what's funny enough, I actually made this video yesterday before Steven from Pentanet went live with some pricing announcements. So I really wanted to update that video rather than putting snippets where I speculated a few things. Now, we've got a bit more clarity here. We've got an official launch date of October 19th, so that's only a few days away, which is pretty cool. And we've got some pricing as well. So to talk about pricing straight away, GeForce Now here in Australia is going to cost you $19.99, so $20 from a month-to-month subscription, cancel anytime, or you can be one of the early adopters and get it for $17.99, I think it was, so $18 for a 12-month subscription. So that's a 12-month subscription, and you're able to get that slightly discounted rate. Now, I think the pricing, and I was reading some of the comments and everything, some people were, quite happy with the pricing and think it's quite reasonable. Some people were a bit disappointed in it, thought it was a bit too expensive. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that. Now, I think for $20, it does sound like a lot of money, but I think it's quite reasonable as well. When you factor in the server costs and running in Australia, it's going to be a little bit higher than it is somewhere overseas. And also, the fact is you don't have to go spend, half a grand, or not even half a grand, $1.50 on, some, 3060 or 3070 or more for 3080. So you're saving that cost over there as well. Now, don't get me wrong, cloud gaming has its place, as well as, your regular building a PC. If you've got the funds to go build a PC, go build a PC. But, cloud basing is, I've been playing it and using it now for the last couple of days, and I've used it in the past, and they just don't work. Like, just with servers, it just doesn't work. Now, Pentanet has been able to reduce the latency and, just have a really great experience. And this is what I want to show you as well. So, before you sign up, you can see my experience, and I highly recommend. They've got a basic account as well, which you'll be able to sign up, and you get 1 hour of free access. So that's something to note as well. You got 1 hour free access on the free account, or if you do have the paid amount, which is $20 per month, you get up to 4 hours access on there per a day, I assume. So these are a couple of things we'll try to find out, and I'm hoping to interview Steven as well from Pentanet and ask some of these questions as well that I know some people are thinking about, especially around the time frame around these things, so the time limit with the 4 hours and 1 hour, how does that work? How does that look on servers? What is the workload? But that's going to be in another video, so make sure to hit that bell notification button to be notified when that video comes out as well. So let's jump into GeForce Now and cloud.gg, where you can sign up right now before the official launch date to get that username, and we can look into the back end of that. So let's jump into it right now. Now, we've got a couple of games. Now, I did have to sign in to my Steam and Epic Games to link that to GeForce Now, so those games come across, or the compatible games that are. And you can sort of see there are, a fair bit of games, actually, that you can sort of see. You got free to play, they can just jump in and play straight away. You got popular games right here. These aren't the games that I own, but the games that they're supported by. And you can go on their website as well to check out their full list of supported games. So let's go over to My Games, and you can check there's a wide variety of different games here that are supported that I didn't even think that would be supported, like Stronghold 3. Cool, that's there. Totally Accurate Battlegrounds, small little game, but it's there. And there's a couple of like Chivalry. Chivalry is a great game. But let's jump into something a bit small like Rocket League, and I'll show you how fast that actually loads up as well, and then we'll jump into something with RTX like Tomb Raider. So I'm going to let that load here. I would say it takes about about 30 seconds or so to load into a game. Now remember, if you are a paid subscriber, This is going to happen when the official launch. You do have priority queuing. So what that means is, depending how many people are playing a certain game, if you are a paid subscriber, you'll be able to jump that queue and jump into a game straight away. So as you can see here, I'm already signed into Steam and such, and it's now launching the game within their servers. So I'm just going to hit, was it Control G, and that we should be able to see some statistics right here as well. So probably a minute. Took a little bit longer, but that's okay. I've got my controller connected as well, so we can play with my controller. I don't know many people who do play Rocket League with a keyboard, but I know there are some people. So straight away connected, it recognizes it, which is great. We can see here, it's pretty much running in full screen automatically, and we can change the settings as well. So let's jump into settings and actually see what our default settings are set as. So I'm using an ultra wide monitor now because this is playing through a remote server. The resolution is capped at 19 or 1920 by 1080, which is fine. Most people will have a 16:9 monitor. I have an ultra wide, so I'm going to be sort of boxed in like that. Now we can sort of see the video quality is all set to high, which is great. And let's leave it at that. Let's jump into a game. It's a casual game right here. What mode is that? Gotham Rumble. And you can see on the side there, we've got our ping and FPS as well. I recommend turning that on just so you can sort of monitor it. But I did notice that our FPS is capped at 60. It will go up a little bit. It will obviously drop sometimes depending on what's happening. But our 60 frames of streaming is pretty consistent, which is really good. I think for most games, 60 frames is going to be completely enough. Let's go before we jump into it. Oh, we've already jumped in. So close. And it's working fine. Like, it looks fine. It does look a little bit, I mean, it looks great. Like, I'll let you guys be the judge of it, but having played Rocket League, oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Terrible. Oh my god. I hate public matches. I think I should have gone in and then switched around. Okay, let's see again. But input lag and stuff is pretty good. I'm not feeling any lag with the controls. Especially with Rocket League, where you have to be, accurate in your sense of when you're going to hit the ball, when you're going to launch. Ooh. Need some boost. Now, even if there is any lag, it's probably very minimal. Like, I can barely notice anything. Now, as I was saying before about the quality looks great. Like, it does seem a little bit like, I don't know, not as rich. I would say, with Rocket League especially, Rocket League's such a rich game. It does seem a little bit less rich. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played Rocket League for a very long time. But other than that, me just going around here, I can sort of see myself. Oh yes, I can sort of see myself playing this game on the go on my mobile device, or if I get one of those Android handheld stations. Man, that's going to be great. Now, obviously, Rocket League is compatible with a lot of, like, Switch and a lot of handheld games these days. But to play it on the go or play it on my laptop, that's great. Just plug a controller in and away we go. Okay, so let's jump into Tomb Raider here. Don't want this video to drag on for too long, but I really want you to see and experience how long the load times are as well in these games. So I've just clicked this. I don't have a timer, but we can time it in our minds. But it takes about a minute, I would say. A minute to load in, prepare the game, prepare the server. Again, let's turn on the statistics. I can't say it, I can't pronounce it. But like I mentioned, we didn't have any issues when I tested this last night at multiple times. So during peak time and around midnight as well. We got a little bit of packet losses here and there, but it wasn't very much noticeable. Now, the one thing I would like to know is to see if it actually remembers my settings. So we've got some basic settings here that are sort of set to max. So we can sort of see there's a resolution, graphics. So we set to custom. Let's set everything to ultra. So let's turn on motion blur. Shadow quality is ultra, but let's or ray tracing is on, so let's set that also to ultra. Depth of field high, ultra, pure hair, okay, on. Screen space contact shadows. Don't know what that is, but let's set it to high. Okay, let's start the game. And I found Tomb Raider to play really well also, like with no issues that I noticed anyways. But I'll let you guys be the judge of it and let what you guys, if you've played the game before, see it for yourself. Now, like I mentioned before, and I'll try to insert a snippet because I was able to capture it, where when I was playing and walking through, there was that sort of, it seemed like buffering at a certain point. Again, it didn't lag, it didn't jitter, it didn't tear, but we were experiencing some high pings, which, made it go a little bit more pixelated, just for a little bit, and then it came back. Now, one of the things that I love about Tomb Raider is you can actually run a test in here. So let's actually go to display and settings and run a benchmark. So we've set everything to high. So if we run this benchmark, we'll be able to sort of see how Tomb Raider performs and get an idea of what their servers are running as well, which is pretty cool. So here we are running the bench test. I'm just going to let that play through so you can sort of see that for yourself and let you guys be the judge of it. So we can actually see everything right here, the build that they're running, the CPU model, and the GPU as well, which is a Tesla T10, which is pretty much these sort of server GPUs that Nvidia makes. Now, I think it performed quite well. As you can see, we've got an average FPS of 67. Again, on the FPS stream that I've sort of just hidden away for a moment, we're able to still get a constant 60 frames with no packet losses or drop in ping. Now, this is really important to keep consistent because that will keep the sort of, I guess, the quality up. Now, as that sort of ping goes higher, we will then start to see some quality loss. So now we just jumped into a regular game. I'm just going to let that play through and let you guys be the judge of it.
All units, get ready. Dr. Dominguez is on his way down.
Damn, I better hurry. All right. What is this place? Jonah, I made it. I'm in an underground temple.
So, what did you think of it? That was playing Tomb Raider completely via the cloud using GeForce Now, powered by Pentanet. Now, I think it played extremely well. I was completely immersed. There was stereo sound, which was great. So I was able to hear all the creaks and all the rustles and everything, in stereo, which is really great as well. So I didn't feel like I was losing anything. The experience was still there. Now, given, yes, we are playing via the cloud, yes, we could get a little bit more FPS if we were playing locally, or I could be playing in a ultra wide, using my ultra wide monitor if I did have it installed locally. But for me, for someone who doesn't have a RTX GPU, there's no way I could have played that game. So having the ability to now purchase this game and play it via GeForce Now is pretty cool. Now, it's not going to be for everyone, so I would love to know your thoughts on it, and I highly recommend even just signing up for the basic account and trying the free access, of the 1 hour. You might be playing on the go, you might have a mobile device that you might just want to play a little bit of Rocket League or Cuphead, something that you just want to just chill out for a bit. And I think that's where the 4 hour limit also comes into play when we're talking about the more high-end access or the paid subscription. Is when you think about 4 hours, yes, 4 hours doesn't seem a lot, but it's also a lot of time when you're thinking about just playing on the go, so it's not something that you would use all the time, all day, but it's something that you might come back after work, play for a few hours and leave it at that. Or if you're somewhere out and about, you might play, pull out your gamepad or something like that and then play for an hour or two, or even half an hour, just to waste a bit of time at an airport. I think that's where GeForce Now sort of sits. Now, again, I'm not too sure on how GeForce Now works outside of Australia in terms of pricing and limitation. But this is something that we can ask Stephen in an interview that we'll be having him in the near future. So leave a comment down below if you have any questions regarding GeForce Now and Pentanet as well that I can sort of put forward to them. But if you've been part of the beta, I would love to know your experience as well, because so far my experience has been pretty good. I've played a limited amount of games, but so far those games have played extremely well and I haven't run into any major issues. If you have any questions or anything like that regarding GeForce Now, put them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them or ask Stephen in the near future. Now, again, I recommend signing up. October 19th is when GeForce Now comes out in Australia. Sign up for a basic account if you think it's worthwhile spending the extra $20, even just for a month, to try a few games and see if it's something for you. Anyways, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button when a new video comes out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.